YouTube, Niner Empire, welcome back. Look, it's Packers week. Tomorrow, NFC divisional round playoff game. Listen, this is going to be a great game. Whether you think the Packers are the best team in the NFC or not, if there's any team in the NFC that can beat this Packers team, it definitely is probably either the Buccaneers or the 49ers. Here's the thing. We played this team earlier in the year. We had them beat, and we let Aaron Rodgers go down in 40 seconds and seal the game, and they won in a regular season game. I believe that was like throughout the first month of the season. So we lose to Green Bay there, and, season progresses, and now we find ourselves sitting in the divisional round about to play the Packers in Lambeau Field. It seems like the Niners and Packers always kind of meet in the playoffs. But look, the Packers are arguably the best team in the NFC this year. They're arguably the best team in the NFL this year. This is a very good Packers team. This is a Packers team hungry, ready to get over the hump, and, the ball is in their court to do that, obviously. But the 49ers can win this game. And, I've been seeing all over, media outlets, ESPN, NFL Network, whatever. A lot of people do not think the 49ers necessarily have a chance in this game, and I don't know why, because the Niners dominate Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. When it comes to the record that the two teams have played in the Shanahan era and the Matt LaFleur era, the 49ers dominate the Packers through in and throughout, and they have. Now, Packers have got a couple games here and there, obviously, but when both teams are at their best and they're healthy, the Niners seemingly get the best of the Packers, knock on wood. Now, the only thing that I'm worried about is obviously Aaron Rodgers. You always have to be worried about Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams. I would assume D'Amico Ryans has this 49ers defense ready to attack whatever comes their way. I think the biggest thing for this Niners defense tomorrow is just to get to the quarterback. You get to Aaron Rodgers and everything else will fall into place. They have to have, obviously, a very, very good game plan for Davante Adams. That guy is damn near unstoppable. He's the best in the league. And, if you don't, limit him to a certain extent, the Packers are going to win every time. That's just how it is. Rodgers and Davante connection is arguably the best in the NFL. And, that's something that, you have to take serious is Davante Adams and that Rodgers connection. Now, for the Packers run game, I think the 49ers can limit that run game and hold that run game down. Now, I think the biggest, X factor to this game is this offense. The 49ers have to score points. They have to. It was a high-scoring game when we played them earlier in the year. I assume it's probably going to be another high-scoring game tomorrow. It will be cold. So I could see, a lot of running and whatnot from the 49ers, and I think that's what the 49ers should do, is run the football, make that run game open up the play-action game, give the ball to Deebo Samuel, and I also think George Kittle's in for a monster game. He's been due. He's obviously undoubtedly important to our run game. He does it all, really. He's a dynamic pass catcher. He's very good in the run game. George Kittle has been a very pivotal part to this team this season, even though there hasn't been a lot of games here and there where he's got a lot of action with the football. George Kittle knows what he's doing in the blocking game, and he helps this run game a lot more than I think a lot of people think he does. But look, Kittle, he's had great games against the Packers. Kyle Shanahan knows, plays and packages to throw at the Packers. And I think Kittle has to be due for a monster game, tomorrow, right? You have to. I think if there's any game Kittle can go off, it's got to be this game. I feel like, the 49ers, obviously, they know their identity. They like sticking to their identity. It's been pretty much the Deebo Samuel show the whole season. There's been a couple games here and there where Kittle's had over, 150 receiving yards and all. I believe he had it back-to-back weeks, in week 13 and 14, I believe it was. back-to-back weights of 150 receiving yards. He needs to have another game like that. We have to get him involved like that, obviously to boost our chances in this game. It's just about scoring the football and playing, good defense. And obviously, that's easier said than done, especially when you're playing the number 1 seed Packers in their house. But at the end of the day, if the Deebo Samuel stuff's working with the run game, keep in mind the 49ers are undefeated as well when they rush Deebo Samuel more than 5 times. Now, it's a correlation thing, we get it, but it's something to take a note of. When they run Deebo Samuel and they get Deebo Samuel involved in the run game, and not only the run game but the pass game, it seemingly obviously boosts our chances and helps us win the game every single time. So I think they need to stick to their identity. They don't need to try to do anything that they don't are unfamiliar with. As long as we can play good defense, get to Aaron Rodgers, I think that may be the biggest thing, though, is the pass rush and getting to Rodgers. Bosa will be healthy, ready to go. We're going to have Armstead ready to go, Samson Ebukam, DJ Jones. We have a really good defensive line still. And, this defensive line showed out last week. They showed out the week before that against the Rams. So this game is winnable. It's nothing too I think drastic for this Niners team to overcome. It's going to be cold, but I think that if this defense is in a different phase from when the last time we played the Packers, I think we can make the necessary adjustments to help our defense out. D'Amico Ryans, I would expect to have this defense ready. I mean, when it comes to, Robert Saleh leaving and everything like that, and I've said this before, but D'Amico Ryans has done a hell of a job with this defense. Keeping the defense similar to what it was, but the defense really hasn't skipped a beat. They played very, very well. Now, I do think that when it comes to, the run game, our offensive line has been great this season. Tom Compton has the highest run block win rate as a left tackle. And obviously, Trent Williams being one of the best he is at his position, he's in top 10 in the pass block win rate as a tackle as well. So, look, we didn't allow a sack last week. I think that's massive when it comes to Jimmy G. For us to move the ball down the field and keep Jimmy from throwing the ball to the other team, I think obviously you have to keep his composure and protect him. And I think that's what we have to do. I think we can win in the trenches. We can dominate the Packers in the trenches. It's just about turnovers and the defense. And I have faith in the defense. I think this defense can hold any offense in the league. It's just about how bad the Niners want it. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a trench war, I'm sure. But stick to the run game. Stick to your identity. Do not try to get too cute, and you're going to be fine. I mean, I trust Kyle Shanahan, his play calling and whatnot, over Matt LaFleur's. Keep in mind, Matt LaFleur was with Shanahan back in the Washington Redskins staff. Sean McVay was also on that coaching staff. Matt LaFleur is a quarterback coach. Sean McVay was the tight end coach. Kyle was the offensive coordinator. So, Kyle, know who you're playing against. Know that you have taught that guy what he knows and dominate his team. That's the bottom line. But I like Matt LaFleur. I think he's a great head coach, and he definitely deserves credit. Got to the NFC Championship the first 2 seasons as the coach, and has won 13 games there for years in a row. So, like I said, I mean, these teams it's kind of almost like a rivalry. The 49ers seemingly own the Packers, but that does not mean that, they're going to own them this time around. This is a different type of game. This is the divisional round, and they're not completely different teams, but they're 2 different teams now from what they were, 2 years ago when we had that Super Bowl run. So, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, those guys are ready to go. Jimmy G is going to be playing. Kyle Shanahan said that the thumb injury will probably bother him more, or probably is bothering him more than what the shoulder strain is. So that's good news to hear. But yeah, we can win this game. I mean, it's not out of our hands by any means. The 49ers know how to play the Packers, and if we can throw a little bit of a little bit of change on the defensive side of the ball as we did, from that Week 3 game, we can win the game. Get to Rodgers, limit turnovers, get Debo, and I'm hoping Kittle has a game of his life tomorrow, because I think we're going to need Kittle big time tomorrow in the pass game. So, and he seemingly always gets involved against the Packers, it seems like. So hopefully that stands, and hopefully that's, the case tomorrow. So just a little bit under or a little bit over 24 hours away from the game. I cannot wait. I'm pumped. And as always, go Niners. I'm going to be making more videos leading up, to this game, post-game videos after the game and whatnot. But Frozen Tundra tomorrow. Win at all costs. It's win or go home. We win, you're going to the NFC Championship, and you have 2 more games to win, and you're world champions. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But I got a lot of faith in this team, and I think if there's any team in the NFC that can beat the Packers, it's definitely the San Francisco 49ers. And you just got to go out. Kyle's got to own Matt, and everything else will fall into place.